Hi, good morning. We are team number 3, and made of your server, Karen Garcia, Angel Gomez, Yahir Gonzalez, and Naomi Gonzalez. We are part of the group 222, and we are going to explain some topics that were seen through the semester in the subject Everyday Life in Other Language too. We hope you enjoy our presentation. Now, Naomi Gonzalez will talk about the topics present simple, adverbs of frequency, present continuous, and the modal can. Naomi, you can start now.
Okay, present simple. Use it to talk about everyday actions. This grammar instruction is now more verb. For example, I like to watch horror movies. Now, adverbs of frequency. Use it to describe how often something happens. Its grammar instruction is subject more adverb of frequency more main verb more complement. For example, I always listen to music. Now, present continuous. In the case that an action or condition is happen now and frequently. Its grammar instruction is now more to be more verb more a and g. For example, I am studying mathematics. Now, more can. Use it to express ability or opportunity. Its grammar instruction is now more modal can more verb. For example, I can clean my room. Thank you for your attention.
Now, Angel Gomez will talk about the imperatives, going to, will, and much many. Angel, you can start.
To use imperative verb, you use have to learn. To use the infinitive verb, but without the to in affirmative order with the auxiliary. Don't drink, that is toxic. Give the example as let's go to play guitar. The verb will is used for something that you want to pass. Give me example like will buy microphone soon. The verb much is used when singular noun is used for things that you cannot count. That is for incontable things. Me example was spent lot of time studying science. Going to is commonly used in the immediate future. Me example was we're going to play soccer 7 p.m.
Now, Jerry Gonzalez will talk about quantifiers, simple past, subject and object pronouns, and adverbs of place and manner. You can start now.
Okay, my first topic was quantifiers. Some can be used only with countable names, and some can be used with both. We use the quantifiers to express the idea of quantity of number. And the example I was, I think I am a little grumpy. My second theme was simple past and discomfort to from the simple past with irregular verbs. We use the infinitive and at the ending ed, the form is the same for the people. I, you, he, she, they, and we. An example I got was, I like to play with the ball. My third topic was subject and pronouns. The object pronouns are the very common pronouns and that are the ones that receive the action in the sentence. These, these are me, you, him, her, it, use, and you. In general, object pronouns usually follow a verb, and the example he gave us, I think tomorrow is going to be a good day. My first topic was much money if it countable nouns. How many apples if it about uncountable nouns. How many apples if the how much money. How much is used? The expression are always followed by announce the verbs and the rest of the sentences. How many cars do you have? And the example that I gave were I have some coins. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the topics that I am going to talk about are used to, quantifiers, and last thing up. Used to. We use the structure used to talk about habits and facts that happened in the past. It is a special structure and this is not a tense. And when we want to talk about the affirmative, we use the noun plus used to plus the verb in base form plus the complement. When we want to talk about the negative, we use the noun plus the auxiliary did plus the not plus the verb in base form and plus the complement. When we want to ask a question, we use the auxiliary did plus the noun plus the used to plus the verb in base form plus the complement and well plus the question mark. In this case, I talk about the affirmative form, and I wrote as an example that I used to dress in costume when I was little. This happened very often, and it's something that I really like to do. But as I said, it's something that happened in the past, and it happened very often. But well, I don't do it anymore. Now I'm going to talk about the quantifiers. Well, as my classmate mentioned, um, quantifiers are used to give information about the quantity of a noun or something. As we know, quantifiers can be separated into the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns. The countable nouns can be animals, places, or things or ideas that well can be counted. They have singular and plural form. The singular form, we can use the determinate a or n, and if there's a plural form, we use the some, few, or any. If you want to ask about the quantity, here we use the how many with a plural noun. Otherwise, when we use the uncountable nouns, those are things that cannot be counted, like liquids, powders, or gases. These uncountable nouns are used with a singular verb. To express a quantity of a uncountable noun, we use the quantifiers a little, some, any, or much. If you want to ask about something that is uncountable, we use the how much. Here, as you can see in the presentation, I wrote I bought some handbags. There's the subject, then there's the well, I use the verb in past, and then there's the quantifier plus the countable noun that in this case are handbags. Now I'm going to talk about the last and ago. We use last plus the time to indicate the most recent or nearest to the present time. For example, I wrote I went to the hairdresser last week. It's something that happened in the past, not that long ago, so I used last. I indicate when it happened. As you can see, the noun goes first, then the verb in past form, then the complement, and finally the word last plus the time. It can be last week, last year, or yeah, etc. There's also the option ago that we use the reference plus ago to know how far something happened. When I say reference, I mean like a time, like 20 minutes ago or 2 years ago. I indicate exactly when it happened. Not that exactly like this day and everything, but I talk in general, like when it happened. The structure will be noun plus the verb in past plus the complement and the time reference, the word ago. For example, it can be that Michael Jackson died 11 years ago. I am already using the ago. And that will be it. Thank you so much for your attention.